Welcome to Three Geeks. Max is so mad that I'm singing, but I'm drunk and I don't care.
Dude, the fucking other intro is way better than that.
Welcome to the Three Geeks podcast. My name is Jason. I'm joined by Max, Rondell, Philip, Dan, Fuzzy, Mike, and Jason from over at Never Ending Radical Dude. Guys, shut up for a second. Jason, Never Ending Radical Dude's been doing a lot of stuff on YouTube. I have been a big fan of everything you've released. I love the Nerd 30 that you guys are doing. Take a few seconds to tell us about your channel.
That's cool. Yeah. Thanks for watching those. We got a lot of videos coming out. Nerd 30 is where two nerds that argue over something and get to battle it out. They have 60 seconds to talk, and they have to finish a beer in that same 60 seconds. And if they don't finish their beer, they get a pie in the face, just because that's funny.
It is funny.
And you find out everybody loses. There's no winners. And you don't have a lot of time to talk. And it's frustrating and confusing. And people like burp up shit and barf and scream at each other. And it's pretty funny. So definitely something to check out. And then we have a lot of other like new programming. Cooler Than Coolers, just kind of like a live podcast. And then we got just a bunch of like unboxings on the way. We got about 10 I filmed recently. So there's a lot of video content coming out. So check it out.
Yeah, definitely. I'm a big fan of everything you're doing over there. And Mike, cool, you've got a podcast that I am a huge fan of, the Remake Revolution. Take a few seconds to tell us about that.
Yeah, Remake Revolution's a lot of fun so far. I've had Max and Dan on for the first episode, and I got Jason and Mark from Never Ending Radical Dude to be on the second episode, where we talked about Fantastic Four. And I can't wait to see what other kind of ideas we kind of brainstorm, where we basically take a property that's either already existed in movie form in some way, or maybe brand new properties that we feel might deserve the movie treatment, and come up with like our dream team for that film. Cast, directors, is there a Happy Meal tie-in? You know, that kind of stuff. So lots of fun. I'm looking forward to more episodes with that. Plus lots of other stuff.
Yeah, I really enjoyed listening to both episodes. I thought they were a lot of fun. Reminded me a little bit of Screen Junkies movie fights, but different because, you know, you're pitching a remake. And like I said, I really like that angle that you're coming with. And it was a really fun hour for both episodes. So I can't wait to hear the third episode. But yeah, if you want to see links to both of their channels, it's in the description down below. Definitely check them out. You can follow them on Twitter at Mike McGTV and at NerdPoop. Definitely. Nice. So yeah.
On that note,
this is we are a little drunk. We watched a movie called No Retreat, No Surrender, which we'll talk about more on our first episode of Van Damme Nation, which I want to get Fury on the Hard Target episode. It's a new podcast we're going to be doing where we discuss Jean-Claude Van Damme movies. And we were taking shots every time they did some kind of racial stereotype or social stereotype. So we drank a lot. It was a lot of fun. And
that movie's so good.
It was so good. But a movie that was not so good that we watched prior to that was Yoga Hosers, which Max, me, and if Mike wants to jump in, we'll spend a few minutes discussing that fun film. It was not fun. I did not like it at all, actually. I don't think I've disliked a Kevin Smith movie yet. I think I've been able to appreciate everything he's done to some level. But this movie was definitely made for a 13-year-old girl or a pedophile, which I am neither. So the movie just was not geared towards me. Max, your thoughts on Yoga Hosers?
Yeah, like there's not enough waffles, you know. Like we were drinking. Were we drinking during that one?
No, we started drinking after the movie.
No,
the movie led us to drink.
I just waffles. Yeah, okay, so yeah, so I mean, no, it's bad. It's real bad. It's a fucking bad movie. It's gonna be someone's guilty pleasure movie. Like, oh, I watched this movie when I was a kid, and I remember it being ridiculous, so I love it. You know, 4 people are going to say that in the history of the world, and I guess there's that. You know, so. I mean, good job, Kevin Smith.
Like the
Tusk
idea
wasn't bad enough, so
I like Tusk.
Tusk has some redeeming qualities, but this movie, no, it doesn't.
Well, my biggest complaint with Tusk was Johnny Depp, and they like took his role and times it by 5 in this movie, and He definitely
that's not a good thing.
No, it's not. He's playing his wacky character that he plays in every movie,
and then he just keeps on growing moles all over his face.
He did grow moles all over. I do have to say, one of the things I thought was kind of redeeming is I thought the two girls were okay with what they had to do. But again, this movie was not made for us. Like, this movie was definitely made for a middle schooler.
Kevin Smith could have written better dialogue. Like, he's had, because a lot of the problems with the movie was just the shitty fucking dialogue, and then on top of that, you have these like 15-year-old girls acting, and they're not really actresses, so it's like whatever. But Kevin Smith should have written better dialogue. Like, I just feel like he definitely could have done a better job, even with. Sorry, what's up?
Here's the issue. He needs to stop. He needs to stop being baked when he's writing stuff. Like, you could, his past couple of movies, you could tell that he's been high off of his ass while he's constructing the scripts and so forth. So, first of all, he needs to write the scripts when he's not finding every little stupid thing hilarious. Like, he finds Canada so fucking hilarious in this movie. All the stereotypes that we outgrew, like, I don't know, when we were in middle school, perhaps. But, yeah, he needs to stop being high when he writes, and he needs to get out of this Canada fixation. Like, his next movie is going to be Jaws, except with a moose, and that's going to be the last one in this trilogy. So hopefully after that, we'll get back to some interesting stuff.
Yeah, like, where's Mallrats 2? Where's Clerks 3?
Well,
that's going to be a TV series.
Well, even that, like, give me that, and please, like, go back to the Kevin Smith who writes. Like, yeah, your movie's long and boring and full of dialogue, but at least the dialogue is fucking awesome. Like, where's Rufus the 13th Apostle in this? Like, you could have easily had these crazy zany characters he's written before and that I love. So I just don't understand why this movie he put his daughter in it. So I thought that he would give her something more to shine in. Like, that's the problem I had with the movie.
I like the Kevin Conroy cameo.
Oh, that was fucking awesome.
I thought Ralph Garman was pretty funny in his little short.
It was too long.
Yeah, he was pretty funny.
That whole monologue was way too long.
But the reason I enjoyed that is just because I just like watching his face when he does those impressions, because it's goofy as shit to see. But that's the only reason I enjoyed that part of it. It had nothing to do with the story or nothing to do with the stakes in the movie. There are no stakes in the movie.
Yeah,
it's really unfocused. So
yeah, easily.
He needs to stop writing when he's high, and he needs to stop focusing on Canada so much.
I mean, like, hey, if you want to do, I think that Canada is funny. Like, there's a lot of room to be funny in there. Like, half the reason Fargo is funny is because it's in Wisconsin or whatever the fuck, where people are weird. Like,
yeah, but Fargo is subtle. Fargo is subtle,
right.
At least. There's nothing subtle about the Canadian stereotypes in this movie that makes it amusing.
Exactly.
That's
what he's missing. Like,
Wisconsin weird.
Well, what? Sit there and act like it's not weird, okay?
For what it is,
they're all
it's
super
subtle.
nice to each other. Like, what the fuck?
Okay, they're human.
No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, Wisconsin's fine. Like, go Cheeseheads. Whatever. Fucking Aaron Rodgers, okay? Yeah, great. So yeah, Kevin Smith, fucking Yoga Hosers he just needs to. Yeah, I don't know what it is.
Maybe just focus. If you're gonna be stoned and write a movie, write a stoner flick. If you're gonna be stoned and write a movie, maybe you're not writing a movie.
Because Yoga Hosers could have easily been a stoner flick, except it was too dumb for a stoner.
I don't know.
I think
that is the literal truth.
I think I have a dissenting opinion here.
Okay.
So this was my first foray into Kevin Smith movies. I've never seen any of them before, and I think this was hands down the greatest movie of the year.
You've never seen Clerks? I call bullshit.
I'm not familiar with what you're talking about. I've seen it Clark, like at a gas station.
You having your hand in?
It's a tiara.
He's wearing a tiara.
So it was fantastic because you never had to worry where you were in the plot or who people were, because they used their like entire 6-name for things. So like it's never Jason, it's Jason, who is currently leading the podcast, who we're all listening to right now, which really allowed you to really not have to pay that much attention to the movie.
Yeah, they kept throwing the plot back in your face, but
it was fantastic. It made it so that I did not have to think, and I believe that's what we're looking for in this 2007
Is it?
movie. It was fantastic.
I don't
I
know.
recommend everybody go out and see it immediately.
Jason, have you seen Yoga Hosers yet?
No, and you guys aren't convincing me to watch it either.
Did you see Tusk by any chance?
No, I'm not the biggest Kevin Smith fan. I think he's like a cool dude. I like his like personality, and I think he is a good writer. I just haven't. He's like, I think I've talked about this in a previous episode. It's more the fans. No offense to anybody here, but people that go like completely apeshit for him, like kind of Monty Python syndrome, where it was so big for so long that I kind of got over it. But if I watch him by myself with a bowl of ice cream or something, I can enjoy him. But I've seen all his classics. I just haven't seen anything he's done in quite a while. I did hear he's going to direct an episode of Supergirl soon. That sounds pretty cool.
Yeah, we'll
You
get into
watched The Flash?
Supergirl in a second. But
Did I miss that? He said he watched The Flash.
Jason does watch The Flash, I believe.
All right, well, see,
I do. Yeah, I'm caught up on The Flash.
You've seen something he's done recently.
If you followed NeverEndingRadicalDude.com, Max, you would know that Jason watches The Flash.
Yeah, busted. Super busted. Sorry, dude.
Plus, we're talking about movies for the most part. I haven't seen any of his new movies. I'll clarify for people that don't get it.
But seriously, if you're a Kevin Smith fan and you are father of 13-year-old daughters, 12-year-old daughters, then yes, watch this movie with your daughters because they will enjoy the movie and you can fall asleep. Does
Kevin Smith make okay movies, or does he make really good or really bad? Is there an in between for him?
There is.
It can go really bad. This is really bad.
This is really bad.
Yeah,
It's really bad.
This is rock bottom for me. This is the worst Kevin Smith.
This
film that
is the
I've seen.
first Kevin Smith movie that I can say that I probably will never watch again unless my daughters decide to watch it. But I mean, he did nail I have kids that are the same way, that they're always stuck on their cell phones. They're so obsessed. I thought he nailed that pretty well with them not wanting to get off their phones.
And I've seen him fight Nazi wieners.
And Nazi wieners, Jesus. But this movie is
Nazi.
definitely not for me. And
Little swashdicker.
yeah. But I did watch something good this week, and it was fun. Batman: Return of the Cape Crusaders. Did anybody else catch that this week?
I watched half of it.
Yup.
Which half, front or back?
I missed
thought-
that one.
Okay, come on.
I thought it was a lot of fun. It captured the spirit of the original series a little bit. And my one complaint is that it did seem to drag on a little bit towards the middle. But even the original Batman 66 movie, I mean, they really caught the essence of the original series. And I thought it was a lot of fun. Granted, there were slow moments, but the fun was worth watching. And I'm going to keep it spoiler free. But if you're a fan of Batman 66, or the movie, the TV series, the comic books, you need to check this out because it was worth the watch. And the actors they got to replace the ones that passed away, spot on impressions on everybody. The Riddler, like I couldn't believe how good the impressions were. Mike, what were your thoughts on that?
I actually enjoyed it quite a bit. Yeah, you're very much right. It does play like either an episode of the 66 show or plays like the movie where, yeah, there is a bit of a slower, not interesting part. The interesting part, and this isn't getting into too much spoilers, but the interesting part is when Adam West Batman at one point starts lifting dialogue from other Batman actors, essentially. Like, yeah, I'm not going to spoil too much, but he channels a Michael Keaton line, and it's pretty epic. And yeah, I'll agree. The actors they got to fill in for the likes of Cesar Romero and Frank Gorshin, they do a really good job of. Yeah, it felt like I was listening to Cesar Romano again. As
I have
Joker,
a quick.
so.
I have something quick to throw in there. It has nothing to do with Batman. It has to do with whispering when there's a mic on your mouth. Doesn't work.
I apologize.
I know it might sound crazy, but doesn't work the same.
They were just encouraging me to take another shot. But this is a mild spoiler, so if you don't want to know, plug your ears. But one of my favorite lines of this show was when Catwoman asked Batman to run off to Paris with him. And Robin is like, holy unsatisfying ending, Batman. I thought that was really good. That's all I got. But let's move on. Let's move on, definitely, to Star Wars Rogue One trailer.
Oh, Jason, hold on.
What, Max?
Mike and Fury, just so you know, from here on out, I can't hear you at all. So if I ask you something that you already said or make you repeat yourself in any way, I apologize.
It's just Max being Max.
It's just me.
You should be able to hear him now. Your headphones weren't plugged in. Anyway, moving on to
All right, cool. Awesome.
What's up?
the Star.
How's it going, fellas? I can hear you.
Good.
I apologize for any unprofessionalism coming
We're
from
all
the podcast
drunk.
tonight. Yes, that movie was fucking stereotypical. I'm sorry.
It was-
Every time the fat guy had food on his face, we took a shot. And every scene, the fat guy had food on his face, we were
Like-
taking shots.
We're saving that.
I know. I'm just. We're not
Explaining-
reviewing the movie. I'm just
play-
explaining why
when
we're
you play
drunk.
the No Retreat, No
Rogue
Surrender
One!
game,
Rogue One.
Star Wars, Rogue One, huh?
understand that you will be very drunk by the end of it.
Every time the black guy
Get
does something
control of this
stereotypical,
podcast.
take a shot. But anyway, yeah, Rogue One. Mike, tell us about Rogue One trailer. What did you think?
Fun. Good stuff. I want the movie to be here right now. I did a quick write-up for it for Never Ending Radical Dude and basically said the same thing. Get here December. And cool.
Fury?
Yeah. I think it looks good. You know, I think it'll be a really solid movie. I like the subtle stuff in the background. Like my favorite parts were like right away when Jin was like in the cell or whatever, there was like a little squid creature next to her, just like, and there was like some cool robots in the background. And like, I don't know, it just,
Jason, don't you have a sponsor?
there's two things I gotta say really quick though. It's like, one, it looks cool and it looks iconic and classic. But two, wait, am I missing something?
And I you hear me laughing now. I thought we were muted.
No,
You're not muted.
it's very.
I'm so sorry. I'm laughing at everything you're saying because it's hysterical.
Oh, okay.
And
That's great.
yeah, that's all there is to it.
Max is drunk. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. We're
Quick
like
question
I
before
thought
we
you
move
knew
on.
this.
Is anybody drunk?
Over the
not.
bird.
It's just not working.
Fury, you and I are the DDs.
That's right. Oh, yeah. I don't think enough of that was going to help me catch up. Anyway, I was saying I like the subtle stuff in the background, but I'm a little on the fence, though, because, I mean, I like the prequels. I like the classic movies, and I think the new, like, order is just be as much like the original trilogy as possible, almost to a fault. We saw that with Episode 7 being kind of like a remix of A New Hope, which I know people have said 100 times. But it's cool. It's in a timeline that I'm interested in. I want to see it. It's going to be awesome, I think. But I am curious to kind of stretch the universe a little bit more and get out of this original trilogy zone. I want to see some other things and either go way back or way forward or something. I'm not that interested in the Han Solo movie yet because that's just not something I asked for. I'm not sure anybody else asked for that movie to happen. But this looks cool. I'm my only concern besides what I said is how it's going to tie into Rebels, which is the TV show online. I think we might be making the same mistakes they did with the expanded universe before they reset the canon. So I hope stuff doesn't kind of contradict each other.
You know, when I watched this trailer, I was kind of curious what somebody who's a Star Wars fan. I know, Jason, you're probably the biggest Star Wars fan that I know. And watching this trailer, I didn't get the same feeling that I get from other Star Wars movies. While I'm interested in this movie, I think it's going to be really, really good. It feels different than Star Wars, and it almost feels like Disney's attempt to make a prequel movie to kind of, for the fans that did not like the prequels, this is their like chance to throw a prequel out that people might be interested in, and another chance to get Darth Vader in another Star Wars movie.
Yeah. They just want anything classic that they can get away with. They're going to throw it at audiences because they know they're just going to eat it up and say, yeah, that's what a Star Wars movie should be, not those stupid prequels. So it's just, they're playing it super safe, and I think that can be dangerous.
Actually, Empire Strikes Back is my favorite prequel, and I defend the prequels to my death.
One thing that I got watching this movie is I forgot what I was going to say.
Awesome.
Philip, your thoughts
All
on
right.
this movie?
So welcome to the sober side of the couch.
Yeah, sober side.
Let it up.
Semi-sober side.
But yeah, so I'm actually looking forward to it. I do agree. It doesn't feel quite like a Star Wars movie. I'm probably actually, oddly enough, more excited for this than I was The Force Awakens. And I think it's just because it's got a whole different perspective. And I agree with you, Fury, that I think it's offering a different side, something that's very interesting. And I do agree that they could run into problems with Rebels. I've been watching Rebels. It definitely seems like Rebels was going on a slow roll until this season. And
Right.
suddenly now it's actually a lot more interesting. It's a lot
But
more like
there's-
Clone Wars was.
But their timeline is getting really close to
Mhm.
Rebels, so it's like I haven't seen any. They might acknowledge it or something, but I don't know if it would spoil the fates of any of those characters. But they're getting
Well-
pretty deep in Rebels with some of the lore and some of the iconic characters, and I think it's getting way too close to the Rebels Rogue One timeline.
They're actually pulling from other stuff too. Like, isn't Forrest Whitaker's character from Clone Wars originally?
Yeah, but I mean, he was a really subtle character that people you'd be hard pressed to. I mean, I watched every episode and I barely remember the dude. He wasn't like a huge character. He was just in like a few, maybe
Few
like one or
episodes.
two episodes. Yeah, but I think it would be a huge error to just ignore the Rebels characters in this film.
Yeah, that's what'll be interesting to see how big their plan really was. If they can pull off something like what the MCU was not able to do, or they didn't attempt, I guess, with Shield is probably more accurate.
Yeah,
So yeah, otherwise I'm very excited, looking forward to it. Dan,
I don't know. I've been taking care of the drunk
what
people.
about Rogue One? Rogue One trailer.
Rogue One.
Yeah, it looks good. I don't really watch any of the other shows, so I don't get the crossovers. I just want ships to fly around and blow shit up.
Looks like you're gonna get
And
that.
everybody to be happy. That's all I want. And it looks like I'm gonna get it. So yeah.
The happiness we'll see. Or you mean people watching it be happy?
I mean, I should be happy.
Oh, okay.
Show me shit blowing up, and I'm usually happy. So you know,
I'm pretty sure it has to end mostly tragically.
you're gonna love porn.
what's that?
Nothing.
No.
Yeah, it will.
I mean, the ending is just horribly predictable.
Fuzzy, you as a Star Trek fan, what did you think of the new Star Wars trailer?
I kind of feel bad because at that point in time we had started drinking, and I spent the entire Rogue One trailer trying to find the lead actress's boobies on the internet. To be quite honest, I feel is a true, for geeks, something that you actually need to do. I feel
Wait
that
a minute. Take that face off. Are you Trump under there?
So let's be quite frank here.
I was gonna go there if you
That
didn't.
of the individuals
Somebody had
out
to.
there who do enjoy watching sci-fi,
Grab him by the pussy, Fuzzy.
I've never, because let's be honest, if I'm going to be famous enough, I'm not going to grab by the vagina. Vaginas are mostly the same. I'm grab by the boobies. But now I'm going to jail. So after I go to jail, I'm going to come out here and say that. I mean, I'll see it. I'll see it with the wife. It'll be a
A
very
jail
fun
called
experience.
rehab.
All right, it wasn't me.
As we mentioned Trump, I just want to send a shout out to SNL. You were freaking on point the last 3 weeks. You've really
Whatever.
nailed these
Those
debates.
guys have had to do zero work
It doesn't matter.
entire-
It's been really funny.
the entire year.
And when they asked Hillary Clinton the question, what's the nicest thing Donald Trump has ever done for you? And she's like, well, he handed me the election last Friday. I thought that was really funny. Like, SNL, you're totally doing it right. And you don't even, like Max said, you don't even have to write anything. Like, they're writing this shit for you. It's fan-fucking-tastic. Mike, your thoughts on the Rogue One trailer as you've downed that beer?
Didn't we already?
It's not a beer, it's soda, and I already told you my thoughts on the Rogue One trailer. Rondell,
You're
what are
on
your
side
thoughts?
of the table.
Good
Rondell,
job.
Jason,
I failed.
Max.
I actually haven't watched it yet.
Rondell!
I'm trying to look it up now.
2 minutes.
Exception in your basement. I need your Wi-Fi password.
Rondell,
Rondell,
you're a
you
part
can
of a
start-
podcast called Three Geeks Podcast, and you have not seen the Star Wars.
Rondell has ever been our touch with reality. It's like Rondell doesn't get into all this nerd
I
shit.
keep you guys around.
Exactly.
Rondell is the everyday man,
So
and that's
good
why we
for
love
you.
him.
Watch what I can.
Check out me and Rondell's podcast, Smoking Meats, every Saturday.
But I got a question for everybody: is do you guys think the Rogue One is doing a good job of explaining to the audience it's not like us? We're not, we're all in tune to this geek culture, but the audience is not in tune. Do you think people are going out there looking for Rey and Finn and Kylo Ren?
I think people, I think like what I said earlier, people are really just looking for the iconic Star Wars. So I think if you hear those blasts, you hear the X-Wings and TIE fighters roaring by and stormtroopers shuffling around, I think people are more into just kind of the iconic symbolism and sounds. So I think that they're tapping into like kind of a big audience just by putting it into that original trilogy zone.
Yeah,
And at this point, Star Wars is so mainstream that I don't think like, oh, they're showing the Death Star. There's going to be people who are going to be like, what's that? I mean, if you're
Well,
really young and you
are,
haven't seen
actually.
Star Wars yet, but
I've
Who
met a
knows?
few, so it surprised me too.
But I mean,
Yeah.
also, you know, even when
They're
they see the
lying,
Death Star,
Phil.
they're like, this is a giant death ray. You know, like they make it very obvious
hmm
as to what it is and what's going on. You know, so it's
That was for earlier. Sorry.
I'm confused. At which point does the Enterprise come in?
right after the Death Star.
Okay.
They warp in.
Right before the trolls come in.
Yes.
I still think J.J. Abrams in his new Star Wars movie should have had a scene where, you know, they didn't say anything, but it was just Leonard Nimoy and William Shatner sitting in a cantina having a drink, and it just this camera just pans past them.
yeah, well, seeing as how Nimoy was dead,
Yeah.
I didn't even know that Mads Mikkelsen was in this movie until this trailer.
Yeah.
Like, I'm kind of pissed that they showed me, you know, because I would have loved to go into that movie and not know Mads Mikkelsen was in it, and just be 100% surprised.
He
to
was
see him.
in the last trailer.
Was he?
Yeah.
You,
Yeah.
you were absolutely saying.
Then I missed the last two trailers.
Yes, you
Get
did.
on me.
Oh shit.
Hey Max, did you see the Salvation?
Sorry, I was thinking
The what now?
that was
The Salvation? The movie? With Matt-
Salvation.
the Salvation.
Yeah.
No, I haven't seen that movie.
Watch it, dude. If you like Mads Mikkelsen, it's like perfect.
I do. I'm a fan.
Wait, is
Yeah.
that the character's name or the actor's name?
The actor's
The actor's
Okay,
name.
good.
Yeah.
I'm going.
Dude, no, Mads
Did
Mikkelsen was
you see the Hannibal.
Hannibal.
yeah.
Black Star.
Seriously, he made Hannibal his
Yeah, the
own,
guy
which
who
is
played
almost
Hannibal.
impossible.
Anthony
And very good
Hopkins
actor.
in this
on
movie?
TV.
TV is movie.
Yeah, dude. If you have not seen Hannibal, I highly recommend it. And I apologize again to everybody that's watching us because I know we have live viewers. I can see you now, but I can see you.
Where's
you can
my
tweet,
apology?
We don't actually see.
tweet at 3 Geeks Podcast. Tell us what you think.
I said I was drunk.
Are we
That's an
seeing
apology
negative
of
viewers
sorts.
right now? Because I feel like
No, we have people watching us live right now, Fuzzy.
All right.
But I gotta take a second because I forgot to mention this at the top of the show. Tonight's podcast is brought to you by Audible.com.
Make sure you don't
And
get through it.
hold on. I
I'll take that.
was cleaning up the 3 Geeks studio room the other day, and my daughter was sitting at my desk in front of the microphone. And yes, I'm seeing double right now, so I apologize. But she is sitting at the microphone, and she is like, "This podcast is brought to you by Audible.com." So if you don't know how to read, you can go ahead and go to Audible.com because even people who are lazy can listen to a book. And I thought, as a father, I had succeeded. My daughter knew exactly what I was trying to get across with my podcast, and
That is awesome.
I just wanted to say,
Oh,
that's
that is the best shit ever. I hope my niece comes to me with that shit one day.
You still haven't given the link.
at 3geekykids.com. No, go to audibletrial.com/3 geeks, Rondell, you fucking bastard.
He's gonna get through
And
it.
definitely let them know that we sent you. We appreciate, seriously, we appreciate all the support we've been getting from all of the people that have been sending us messages. And we got some guests coming up that should be pretty cool. And, you know, we joke, and I am fucking drunk. But one of the reasons that I started this podcast was because of Jason and Mike. So, again, it is an honor to have them on our podcast. I greatly appreciate it. And I want to do a political podcast with Mike really, really bad. And I hope that one day we can do it.
We should.
We should do a political
We should do one.
podcast.
We should do one for the election.
We should do one for the election. That would be amazing.
Why?
Mike, you in?
Because it'll be fun.
No, I'm not into that. I mean, I'm into just griping about it amongst friends, but
We're
not.
amongst friends, exactly. We
not
can
among-
gripe
not
about it.
about
Nobody
broadcasting
cares.
it.
All right.
They're both assholes. Anyway,
Three regular guys.
3 regular
Griping about
guys. That's
politics.
right.
Anyway, what else do we got?
We got news. The new Valiant trailer dropped. and
JDF.
JDF, man. Jason David Frank is definitely moving on from his Power Rangers image. And, you know, I was watching it with my wife, and she didn't see how cool it was. But as somebody who knew that it was an internet-only show, I thought it was pretty cool for something that's done by Bat and the Sun. I thought it was really good. It continues with their normal quality, I think. Max?
The flaw in your argument is that Daredevil is an internet-only show. Fucking Jessica Jones is an
I
internet-only
did
show.
just finish Luke Cage.
Luke Cage is an internet-only show. So,
Hey, well, hold on. That's breaking news. Rondell just finished Luke Cage. Rondell, your thoughts on Luke Cage?
Love it.
I don't care about all the criticisms about it being too blackity black. Get over it.
But dude, it's a show in Harlem. It should be. It should be all black people.
I mean, but I've heard a lot of criticism about that.
I haven't heard that at all. That's fine.
Yeah, like I'm saying, if that's your argument, then
Yeah,
obviously, you're in it. Like you just don't need to be watching
I'm
Luke
just
Cage.
mad that I missed references to Jessica Jones because I hadn't watched that yet.
And let's face
Oh,
it, black people are
that sucks.
white people.
Dude, just what?
You got spoiled left and right then.
Yeah.
Hey, I haven't finished it, so I'm going to go dark until you guys are done talking about Luke Cage.
I'll give you a thumbs up when we're done.
Ha. That proves that we talked about Luke Cage the other day on the podcast, and he has to listen to our shit.
Rusty.
I can still hear you.
I know. I'm aware of that. sir.
The plan backfired, I guess.
Real quick, Rondell, you weren't on last week's podcast when we discussed Luke Cage. So seriously, give us your thoughts.
I loved it. I mean, seriously.
We were
Honestly, beforehand, as with most of this stuff, I didn't really know too much about Luke Cage. I had seen comic book covers, so I loved the little reference of when he broke out and the outfit he found in the clothes hangers. That was awesome. But I was a little salty as I was watching, like, oh, wait, that must be something for Jessica Jones. I was pissed that I hadn't watched it yet. So, but other than that, I enjoyed it, and I'm looking forward to more.
Yeah, we
To
talked
be
about
honest with you, though, he's really the whiny girlfriend in Jessica Jones. So you're not missing.
But no,
all that
seriously,
much.
hold on. We talked about a few things last week, and let's get Rondell's thoughts about it. One of the things we brought up last week was the use of the N-word in this show, where it showed how some of Black America has embraced it and some has not. What are your thoughts on that?
I think it properly captured the, what would you call, I guess, the dichotomy of Black America. There are people who have somehow justified in their minds that it's okay to use, and others who still don't like it being said regardless. And that's a true representation of Blacks in America.
Very well said, Rondell. That's the most we've ever heard you talk about a subject.
No, it isn't. He talks about what's that freaking Sleepless in Seattle. He hates that movie.
It's true. Sleepless in Seattle. Dude, Liz and I have a VHS copy of it for you. We have it set aside at the store. All right, we're done with Luke Cage. Jason, you are more than welcome to tune back in.
Wave.
But seriously, the Jason David Frank Valiant universe. Max, your thoughts?
I'm like, it looked all right. It looked a little better than the Nightwing series that I saw on the web. So I'm down. I like Ninjak. I like Exo Manowar. So I'm happy to see a lot of these Valiant characters, get some sort of representation here. Maybe it'll lead to bigger and better things. JDF, I'm always ever a fan of, and I'm glad he's getting work. So we'll see how it goes. I'm definitely excited to see the first episode.
All right, Rondell, have you seen this yet?
No.
Dan?
Yeah, I think it looks kind of dumb, honestly.
There you go.
I mean, it looks kind of like. I mean, I don't really want to bash a trailer that much, but it looks kind of like the third Mortal Kombat movie.
There's a third Mortal Kombat movie.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like it's
What would be
the third Mortal Kombat movie
I'm tracking now.
because it's
I
just,
thought they actually made one.
yeah.
I
Actually,
was like,
yes.
were you referring to the web series?
I watched that and I thought it was okay
but
for a web series.
that was all right, I guess. But this looks worse.
Okay.
So it's like they went from the first one, which was okay,
Mhm.
the second one, which was total crap, and now they're making proceeding on the same trajectory down to this one. So yeah, I don't know, a bunch of goofy looking people jumping out of things, and then there's a ninja, and some guy looks like a clown, and I was bored.
Fuzzy, tell us about it.
I don't want to be a one-trick pony on this, but I did believe I was looking at the original Pink Power Rangers movie starting with this trailer. I think it looks amazing. I would watch nothing but this for the rest of my life if given the option.
Philip?
I did not see it. I mean, I saw Bloodshot, the pictures of him in it, which is interesting to see kind of like the perspective. So I don't know. I don't know. I guess I don't want to say. I guess indifferent. So I'm
Jason-
kind of check it out later.
Jason, did you catch the Valiant Universe trailer?
I did not.
Mike,
I'm out.
No, I did not either.
that's my bad. I probably didn't send it. I think I was really drunk at the time. But
Liar. You were just lazy. That was laziness, not drunk.
it might have been. But Jason David Frank doing something other than the Green Ranger, I am looking forward to seeing. Like Max and I are not ashamed to say that we have been Power Ranger fans since we were kids. We had a fucking club in 3rd grade with Tam
you
Tram.
keep on bringing it up.
Well,
Like, you don't gotta bring it up every time.
Now it's a fucking club. So.
But anyway, it's cool to see Jason David Frank branching out.
It wasn't ever.
The dude, as much of a fan as I am, and I appreciate him letting us interview him twice. But yeah, the dude can't act, so I'm really curious to see what he brings moving on.
Well, that's the thing. I don't know how much Bloodshot is of a character. You know, like he's not gonna have a bunch of dialogue or a bunch of like progression as far as this, you know, like emotional arc. So yeah, JDF he can do, you know, choppy karate. I'm down. Like he's you can get anybody in that role.
Yeah, I agree. He looked pretty cool in the trailer. I thought the trailer looked pretty good for an internet show, and I'm a big fan of everything
Whatever
Batman the
Daredevil's
Sun
an
has
internet
done
show.
as far as their choreographed
YouTube
fighting
show?
goes. What's that?
You mean YouTube show?
No, it's not a YouTube show though.
It's technically is a YouTube show.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah, so it looks great as far as that's concerned. I mean, let's be real here.
All right, and the last thing I got is Doctor Strange is expected to make $55 to $75 million, and as much as when this movie comes out, the internet is going to gripe that this movie failed, that is a win for Marvel. Marvel is not looking to make much more than $55 to $75 million for a Doctor Strange movie opening weekend, and I think that's great. I can't wait to see Doctor Strange. All the movie critics that I follow, they went to the Doctor Strange IMAX screening, and they said that it is some of the best visual effects that they have seen in a movie in a very long time. Somebody even said Inception what? So I cannot wait to go into a movie theater and sit down and see this visual masterpiece. Max?
Yeah, no, I've always been down for this Doctor Strange movie. I've always been down for the crazy reality bending that it looks like they do in the movie. So yeah, the trailer, you know, or this news has got me more excited. Did I see a new trailer? Yeah. I saw there's one new trailer that just came out.
The final trailer before the movie comes out.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah, it's looking good. I'm super excited for the movie still. I hope it makes more than 75. I hope it blows it out. You know, makes 100 million first weekend, and everyone's like, "What the fuck?" Oh yeah, superhero movies are still cool.
I don't care how much money it makes, as long as I enjoy it.
Yeah.
Well,
Rondell, to be
It's
fair,
Marvel, so I'm going to enjoy it.
you're Marvel's bitch. You're gonna enjoy it. They're like, Rondell, bend over, and you're like, yeah.
I mean, they don't make it better. They're just like, here, Rondell, just give us $15. We'd appreciate it. Oh no, you got like 83 kids too, don't you? So just give us like $3,000, and we'll be cool. And Rondell's like, here you go, bro.
Jason, your thoughts?
Well, I watched like half of the Doctor Strange trailer, but then I got distracted because I was looking up Benedict Cumberbatch titty shots online.
Nice.
So I didn't catch the whole thing yet, but let's just say there are images and they are magical.
God damn it, anyway.
Oh my god, that's the greatest thing I've ever heard in my life.
Is that stash coming back? Are you bringing back the stash, dude?
It turned out it was a bat, dude. It just flew off in my sleep.
Dude,
Yeah, it was really gross.
My wife is so sick of hearing about your mustache. I was like, oh my god, he shaved it, because I wanted to grow a mustache just like yours, Fury.
I get that a lot, but when I have it, I get ridiculed beyond belief, and when I don't have it, people want it back. So I'm not sure. I'm conflicted.
People just
JT, many household conversations in your house revolve around Fury's mustache?
Yes.
Yes.
I made it.
Dude, Fury and I have been friends for a very long time. So yes,
That's
his
like when
mustache
Tom
came
Selleck
up a few times.
shaved his mustache. You're just like, what the hell is going on? My reality doesn't even make sense anymore.
Because when Fury left our house, when he came over, last summer, and I was like, I want to grow a mustache just like him. And then, like a month later, he fucking shaves it, and I'm like, oh no.
You
Yeah,
could. You've got the chops for it. You could do
You
it.
can still have it. I mean, just because he doesn't have it,
Dude,
doesn't mean you can't
I
grow
look
it.
like a pedophile if I have a mustache. Mike,
I think
your thoughts?
Everybody does.
Yes, that's the beauty of it.
Mike,
Human beings weren't meant to have mustaches, is what we're saying here. I haven't seen the latest trailer. I just want the movie to come out. I'm sure it'll do good money. Like Ant-Man did really well for what it was, and that was considered a quote unquote flop. But I mean, it made it back, on the international stage. So yeah, I'm sure it'll be fine. Marvel's like a sure thing at this point.
Yeah. In all seriousness, bringing magic into the main Marvel timeline here is pretty cool idea. Trailer looks cool, and I think the only people, I don't know. I think it'll be fine. It'll be good. Marvel's going to make their money. And if they don't do it in the theaters, they'll do it with DVD and streaming and stuff like that.
Dude, Benedict Cumberbatch being a part of this universe just is awesome. Like, Benedict Cumberbatch could read the dictionary for an hour and a half, and I think everybody in this room and on this podcast.
It depends on
would
what
tune
accent
in.
he's using.
But
Well,
accent, not the American one.
You got Mads Mikkelsen in this one too.
Yep.
Yeah.
Dude, you got Mads Mikkelsen and Anthony Hopkins. We have 2 Hannibal Lecters and 2 Sherlock Holmes in the Marvel universe.
That is true.
Cool.
That is
Well,
awesome. Like, seriously awesome. Benedict Cumberbatch is one of the best actors ever, and I cannot wait to see Doctor Strange. And I am actually very happy that he's part of this universe. Philip, on the couch, what do you think?
So I'm looking forward to the movie. I mean, I'm in the same boat. I just wish the movie would just come out already. We only got a few weeks left, so I'm really looking forward to it. I think I think this actually, I don't know. I want to say it has more drawing power, but I don't honestly know that because I don't know if Cumberbatch is a bigger name than Paul Rudd was at the time. And for that, they might end up making more money domestically initially. Plus, I think basically from what I've heard from even what Feige has said is this movie was made to be seen in 3D. So I think they're going to push that. And if the visuals are as good as everyone says they are, they might end up just making up their money that way easily. Not even trying, because that is also what I've heard is that the visuals are amazing. But it'll be interesting to see if that truly lives up to that hype or not. Fuzzy?
Doctor Strange?
Doctor Strange.
Doctor Strange. So I think what you're going to get is a different audience who is used to seeing Mr. Cumberbatch on a variety of different films. I know my wife is losing her mind over being able to see Doctor Strange purely because he is on the film. So I think that's what you're actually going to end up seeing is that you're going to bring in additional audience, which can then get the back catalog of the Marvel universe to be able to get it for those Infinity Wars. So it makes a lot of sense on that particular side.
And then they get halfway through the film and they're like, this isn't Sherlock.
So you pick your, Sherlock. It isn't your.
Well, I mean, like he plays a socially awkward doctor who, like gets thrown into an really odd situation.
More of an asshole.
yeah,
Well,
really,
I guess that's
kind of
true.
like
Sherlock
Sherlock.
is an asshole.
Where's all the weird texting things that tell me what they're doing on the phone? I don't get this magic
we haven't
crap.
seen the movie yet, so it might actually be in there.
There will be magic versions of that. There'll
Yeah,
actually
yeah.
be magic cards coming up.
Like,
the
Well, I mean, because
Like Magic the
'cause-
Gathering
well,
cards?
no, because they said that he hands in the paper. It's like Shambhala,
Yeah.
and he's like, "What is that?
That's
Oh, it's
the
the Wi-Fi
Wi-Fi
password,
password, yeah.
idiot!" Like, so we could be there with the texting. So
Yeah.
Sherlock the movie, and everyone's on board.
The game. Sherlock the movie, the game.
I mean,
Yeah,
I'm waiting for the scene where Benedict Cumberbatch and Martin Freeman are in the same room at the same time, and what they do for that.
It's only a matter
they
of
have to
time.
nod to it, right?
There are hobbits in this movie?
Well,
Yes. Yes, there are.
Awesome. I can't wait. Dan?
Yeah, I'm going to pull a Rondell and just say, yeah, it looks great. I want to see it. Okay, cool. but I will back Rondell in his Marvel fandom because at least he doesn't have to make excuses of why Batman v Superman sucked ass. So
I'm going to say that the movie did suck ass.
no,
Batman
not
v
you,
Superman?
just the general audience.
Oh no, Rondell gave me a look like, what do I got to say? I got to defend Batman in this situation.
Rondell
But-
always gives you those looks. You're just not usually seeing them.
No,
Yeah,
but no. I mean, the movie was bad. There's no defending that movie. There's some good parts in it, and they mostly have Batman in them.
Martha.
But
Martha! Oh no! Why did you say that name? Rondell! Why did you say that name?
Really, why?
Max, leave Rondell alone. Jesus.
whatever, man. Both of our mothers are named Martha. Like that was a deep moment you just saw.
Your mom's name is not Martha.
My mom's name is Martha, and his mom's name is Martha.
It is not.
And that stopped me from killing him just now.
I'm pretty sure it's not.
All right, Philip, you got any video game news?
So potentially a teaser for Red Dead Redemption 2, maybe, or just a remake. We'll find out probably in the upcoming week, because Twitter basically, I don't remember. I think it was Rockstar. Rockstar tweeted the red logo, basically their logo with a red background, which was used for Red Dead Redemption. I don't think it was used for Red Dead Revolver.
No.
And so the rumor has been that they've been working on a Red Dead Redemption sequel. I mean, it did amazingly well when it came out. It was a critically amazing game. I love the game. So it'll be interesting to see if it's just a remake. I doubt it, because that's not really Rockstar. I mean, they did that with Grand Theft Auto 5, but that was also something they released right at the end of the life cycle. So I suspect it'll be Red Dead Redemption 2, but it's a rumor right now still. So
Nice. I cannot wait for that game to come out. Max, you got anything in comic book news?
Nothing.
Nothing. Man, you did a lot of work this week.
I did do a lot of work for the podcast.
But no, seriously, neverendingradicaldude.com. Definitely check them out on YouTube and on the webs. Jason is doing a lot of fun stuff. I really want to be a part of the Nerd 30 episode. I was laughing like a kid who just heard his first fart. Like, is seriously one of the funniest things I had ever.
I gotta quote that for the DVD.
Yeah, really. You absolutely should. And Mike over at Mike McGTV. Seriously, the remake Revolution is definitely a lot of fun. If you are a fan of anything that Movie Fights has ever done, I honestly enjoyed this a lot more. And
To the Chat Cave coming up soon.
To the Chat Cave coming soon. Like, seriously, I was a fan of Mike and Jason before I started this podcast, and they were the inspiration that I did this. So definitely check out neverendingradicaldude.com and Mike McGTV. A lot of good stuff going on over there. We are collaborating all over the place. Our channels are all interweaving. It's actually pretty cool. And as like I said, somebody who's a fan of theirs, to be a part of their channels is absolutely an honor. I've known Jason since we were in 3rd grade. It's been a really long time, and I've known Mike since high school. But yeah, it's definitely a lot of fun, and I cannot wait to see what the future holds for us. But no retreat, no surrender. If you want to play the drinking version of this movie, just take a shot. Take a shot.
This movie.
Anytime they do anything that is socially like prejudiced, like anytime the fat guy has food all over his face, take a shot. Anytime the black guy is playing basketball or raps or has Jerry curl or break dances for no reason. To a shot.
That would be awesome. I would be honored if somebody made it.
But apparently, if you are a white kid whose dad was beaten up by Jean-Claude Van Damme and you have a dojo in your garage, and that dojo gets destroyed, and you go over to Bruce Lee's grave.
He goes to a crack den.
Yeah, but hold on. You go to Bruce Lee's grave first, and you cry on Bruce Lee's grave, and then you go to a crack den because your black friend, racially acceptable, took you there. Bruce Lee will show up to you in your dreams and teach you karate. Like, that is amazing. And if you want to know more about this story, tune in Tuesday as me, Mike, and Max discuss No Retreat, No Surrender a lot more on Van Damme Nation, our first episode. We didn't do it last week because, let's be honest, we have a lot of shit going on and just didn't have time. But next Tuesday, we will definitely hit you with that. And I definitely need to get Fury on the Hard Target episode because I remember... when he saw that movie when we were kids. But anyway, Jason, shout out
and became men.
That's right. We became men.
Together.
Tell us some more about your channel.
It speaks for itself. www.neverendingradicaldude.com. Go there. It's awesome. A lot of new video content. Instagram, Neverending Radical Dude. Check that out. I've been putting a lot of effort into our Instagram. It's pretty fun. Got a lot of cool nerdy shots. And this is a Jar Jar Binks mug.
Oh God,
that is awesome.
And he wanted to kiss Max. on the left.
I want Jar Jar Binks' toilet seat.
Well, we all have our fetishes.
So you can do the lotus position on it?
Yes, I will do the lotus position on the toilet seat.
Mike,
Come out of me like a book bag turned upside down.
Mike, tell us more about McGTV and why we should be tuning in.
The tongue will do the cleaning for you.
It'll be the day.
I think Fury just described it well. McGTV, the tongue will do it for you.
Nice.
Oh, we're going to jail.
Audible.com. Go to audibletrial.com. 3 Geeks. And if they are still sponsoring us, like I said, go to audibletrial.com/3 Geeks. Whether you like to read, if you don't know how to read, or if you're just fucking lazy like the rest of us, or if you're drunk, go to Audible. They will read you a book. If you can't sleep,
the books are flammable.
Yeah,
if you have insomnia,
books burn.
yeah,
And
but
you
hold
don't
on.
want to fill your house up with books, right? So you go to audible.com, and now you got all the books right there on your device.
But if you have insomnia, William Shatner will read you a bedtime story, and trust me, that shit will put you right to fucking sleep. So you don't need to spend money on weed or painkillers. So go to audible.com/3 Geeks and sign up for a free trial and tell them that we sent you if they are still fucking sponsoring this shit.
That would zip right over the warm milk, didn't we?
Anyway, from all of us at 3 Geeks Podcast, before I pass out, and like I said, the No Retreat, No Surrender drinking game is a lot of fun. You will make it through half the movie before you do this podcast and black out when some of your best friends are talking. Have a great night. From all of us, check out Mike McGTV at Mike McGTV on Twitter and at Nerdpoop on Twitter. All of the links to everything that you have heard is in the description of this video. I made sure it was done before we started
Do we
drinking.
still
So
do the t-shirts?
the t-shirts, we have a T-Public. Mike has designed t-shirts
No, we don't.
for the 3 Geeks Podcast, and Mike has designed t-shirts for Mike McGTV, and both of those both of those t-shirt links are at the description of this video down below. So definitely check it out, and I cannot wait until I can finally get my guest appearance on neverendingradicaldude.com on Nerd.
It's not gonna happen now.
What were you gonna say, Mike?
My bad.
It's your audition tape right now. So
That is my audition day. I don't drink much. I have not drank since my wedding
Clearly.
last year. This bottle was full when we started No Retreat, No Surrender. And then 2 other bottles were half full when we started No Retreat, No Surrender, which are no longer full.
Can someone who can
Dude, you
enunciate
have missed a
yourself
lot right
on
now. Holy shit, dude. Like, seriously.
We're still doing
It's
it.
been, we're live.
We're still
I am
live.
talking. Hold on. I do want to send a shout out to the youth of America. Whether you're a Trump supporter or a Hillary supporter, I fully support your views if you want to vote for either one.
How did we get here?
I don't know.
Hold on, shut up.
How did we get here?
No.
But if you're somebody who doesn't support either one, seriously, go out and do your research and possibly vote for a third party. It could be a lot of
Is
fun.
that our agenda? Is that our agenda?
It's just,
and here come the dislikes.
I want
this.
Hey, I want the people of America to actually research who they're voting for.
Hey,
The
that's something
people
good.
of America-
90% of my Facebook feed is people bitching about how they don't like Hillary or Trump. And all I'm saying is go out, do your research, and possibly vote for a third party. If you don't like who you have to vote for, then do your research. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, all right.
If you want to vote for
Is
Trump,
this
then
the
God
place to
bless
say
you.
that?
If you want to vote for Hillary, then God bless you.
I mean,
I'm just saying, go out and do what you need to do.
Right in
No,
a
cool.
candidate.
Can we
It
end
is
this thing
the-
now?
us. We're basically harmless.
Good night.